All right, go live. You're live. Make sure that's true while I hit the big ping. All right, go live. You're live. Make sure that's true while I hit the big ping. All right, we sound fine. How's everybody doing? What up, Guillaume? Are you my first round opponent? Oh, you are, Guillaume. Oh, you are. All right, I'll message you, buddy. I'll message you. I'm going to start calling you Big Chief. I'm not going to ask for your permission on that one. I'm just going to do it. You are Big Chief now. That's a joke. What up? Global bands? So what's going on? What's this tourney? What's this thing? Well, Cool Umbrella is hosting Friday Night Fights. It's best of one until finals, which is best of three. Excuse me. It is one of the last couple tournaments that'll give you Vermin League points for participating. And yeah. Yeah. They are doing blind picks, so it looks like Guillaume and I both global banned two factions and we sent blind picks to Cool Umbrella. So that's interesting. I mean, that is a good way to do a best of one, as far as best of ones go. Cathay and Zinch, VC, and Warriors of Chaos. Okay. So gold bands are Cathay, Zinch, Warriors of Chaos, and Vampire counts. Cool. I will invite him. Boop. More likes than views, it's true. You're sick and tired? Whoopie, I hope you get better soon. We were streaming this morning. It was a great time to be alive. Australian World Championship, then went back to bed, did some chores, worked out, did all that shit. Now I'm back on. It's been a busy day. But now we're here to win a tournament. Easy clap. While we get Guillaume in here and figure out the blind picks and stuff. I suppose we can do tournament favorites. Tournament favorites. Central Scroot's pretty good. His Dudeness is quite good as well. Those two are pretty obvious starters. Yumi and Phoenix King are also quite good. I'm going to say Kumbo, yes, taking this whole fucking thing, gonna destroy this tournament, absolutely dumpster it into the ground, because I'm great. And the dark horse for this whole fucking thing, Ever Chicken. The Ever Chicken, the boy, the lad, the genius himself, Ever Chicken's. If I lose, Ever Chicken takes the whole thing. Easy clap. Easy W. There's no scoreboard because it's best of one till the finals. What up, Boojalicious? Nurgle has been chasing me, but he couldn't give me the spicy cough this time. Is that COVID? Is that the spicy cough? Okay. Dark Elves versus Skaven. Let's go. We had something here that almost worked. What was that? I think you're gonna like this. And then it's gonna lose, and then you're not gonna like it. But I think you're gonna like it at first. So just give me a second. That, get rid of that. Sorry, I'm doing the big think right now. So we did this. And this worked okay. How was Australia? Australia was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was a good tournament. We had a great old time. Can I afford that? Let's do that. Get rid of this. Some of these have some gold. I can't afford any storm vermin, which is a pretty big bummer. It's a pretty big bummer not being able to afford any storm vermin. I unironically like storm vermin in this matchup, but not right now. A little busy with other shit in this build. Okay, what if I get rid of all of you? 5, and that leaves me 350, and I can get a clan rat. Okay. Seems fine. Wait, this isn't the right map, and I'm not the right sub-faction. What the hell? Langui? I told my opponent the map changed just in case he was building based on the wrong map, because I'm a fool. Langui does change what I'm going to do here a little bit, and not for the better. I am very upset about that. Wow, that's really bad. Fuck. Shit. Okay. That makes this really, really tough. Because I can't bring a goddamn warp lightning cannon on this map. If I spawn on one of the sides, I can't deploy it anywhere. And even if I do spawn on the right side so I can deploy it, this map is so tiny it's never going to get its value out. Shit. God damn it. That was important to take out Malekith. What else can kill him? Because last time I played this, I pinned his ass to the ground with secret weapon 1 and 2 that you'll see in a second. They were trying to hit him, they couldn't, and then I surrounded him with 3 rat ogres, and he still just walked out of them. So getting him in melee isn't going to work, which is why the warp lightning cannon was going to be dope. This is a tiny map. Oh, don't like it. Oh, makes me so sad. The saddest lad. I'm going to regret this instantly. I'm going to regret this so bad, dude. Feel better. Dude, what are these maps? What are these maps? What? You can't can't just come out here and pick maps. Dude, you have to pick maps that are good for me. You can't just pick maps you want to pick. That's dumb. That's some bullshit. You gotta pick maps that I want you to pick. God damn it, Cool Umbrella. Let's dance. I'm so fucked. I am so fucked. I had to replace the RR Warp Lightning Cannon with Rattling Gunners. Bullshit, terrible, garbage Rattling Gunners. I don't know. It's the only medium range anti-air pressure I can think of. Damn it. I'm ready for them to fail me again, but whatever. I will confer the Council of 13 next time. Good. No, Liangui is a fine map. It's just a... It's a bad map. It's a bad map for how I wanted to play this matchup. So I'm like mostly memeing. This is a completely fine map. Like, it's my fault I didn't look at the map when I blind picked Skaven. And also, sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles, right? Ogres rule, McNee. Ogres are pretty cool. They're currently struggling a lot, but they're pretty cool. Enemy unit count small, but not super small. Alright, so we do want to spread out our assets so they can't just land one thing on us and compromise everything at once. That would be bad. So the secret technology that I actually really liked, and I wanted to give a second shot, was Basic Warlord and a Packmaster, both on Brood Horrors. They have pretty insane regeneration just from being on Brood Horrors, but then also running with the Pack... There it is. Gives them even more regeneration. So that can get these guys through Soul Stealers. And you might want Throt the Unclean for that, but on these two, with Rally and then with Running with the Pack and Scrying Stone, both on Brood Horrors, cost 600 gold more than Throt the Unclean. 600, which is insane. So you can get double the health pool, double the terror presence, you know, just straight up 2 Brood Horrors, almost for the price of 1 with Throt, which is just stupid. So Throt kind of sucks and blows, but this is... I'm taking him for the same reasons you would take Throt. You know, your Lord is tanky, has regeneration, he's fast, and he causes terror. But I'm just not taking the consequences of having a shitty overpriced Lord. I hate my name is Old English. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put Skaven Slaves. You saw I bunched up a shitload of Skaven Slaves here. I'm going to put Skaven Slaves in front of the Globes, since they'll take more friendly fire. And we'll have Clan Rats elsewhere. Other than that, we'll have some more Skaven Slaves on the sides, and we'll have some reserve Clan Rats for a little bit of meat in the back line. And yeah, you have Guard on, right? Hell yeah. You. Everybody else. McNay, like a horse. Oh. McNay, got it. I'll try to remember, good sir. I think this is the first time you and I are having a conversation, so I might forget. But I will try. Bloody whiskers! Alright, it's Malice, it's not Malekith, which is a little blessing. It's Dark Sorcerer with Chill Wind and Blade Wind, so no Soul Stealers, which is fine. Do have some Dark Shards. Avalanche Mortals will take care of that for us. I'm not noticing a lot of flank pressure on my mini-map. It's behind my camera, I know that, but still. Okay. We can fulfill the attacking role with these mortars, so I can stop moving up for a little bit. I'm gonna throw out an early summon and just be dicks. It's gonna be the literal worst about this. Okay, we're gonna have to switch on to Dark Shards. I want him to get off one volley on those Bleak Swords. Yeah, I mean, sorry, Black Arc Reserves, but still. Okay, so those harpies are going to come straight from my avalanche mortars because I'm stopping all of his dark shards from doing anything fun. So we'll defend them at all costs. Still don't see anybody behind me on the minimap, which is fine. Mortars are taking out dark shards. They did rout them. Nice. Clan rats just stay on them. Rattling guns will defend themselves. Oh my god, are you seriously not going to break? Nice job. Rattling guns almost stopped killing something directly over them, so that's cool. Rat ogres run out and meet that. Oh shit. Run! Run for Malice! I don't know why we ended up in that formation, but it worked out in the end. Alright. Purple globes deal with this. The green globes will deal with those other dark shards. You go terror out them. I took a lot of damage from something, and I didn't like that at all. Terror. Clan rats are chasing off dark shards, which is worth it. You guys come with me. Kill all of that. You, I guess, finish killing them. Kind of surprised they're still hanging in there. Alright, there's a bunch of cold one knights. Not super huge fan of that, but that's what's happening. You, give these guys some melee attack and get in there and start giving them some regeneration. That would be very much appreciated. You, come back over here. Clan rats, make your way home. And if our delicious and wonderful rattling guns can find time to fire at Malice, that would be pretty cool, but I extremely doubt it. We have a bunch of cavalry that was kind of lost in the sauce, and I'm fine with just letting that be. We'll send some Skaven slaves and shit at them. Rat ogres just run out there and act as like dog units to chase down dark shards, I suppose. That seems fine. Alright, you guys I could use to come defend my flanks. Let's get a summon out here. Welcome back. Okay, my globes are mega fucked, but the purple globes will do fine at keeping that safe. Rat ogres peel off and defend me from the harpies. I refuse to pay for my sins! Alright, good job killing off that. Brood horror bad man, actually just come home. Oh, fuck shit. No! No! No, don't you do it! Don't you kill my precious purple globes! Alright, Mal still has Tazarkan, but I think we just have enough garbage to throw at him for the rest of the game that will be fine. Rat ogres come home. You hit that. Turn and fire at Malice whenever you are capable of doing so. Seems fine. Oh, I heard you wanted to come back to the fight. That's unfortunate. Going to purple globe you in the face! That is an awful lot of Cold One Knights. I'm gonna do this just to poison them. Buff these guys up. We'll just murk them down here. Oops, took a charge there. I really shouldn't have taken. These guys are shattered. Everybody's routing, and we win. McNay. Brood horrors ended up not having to do too much stuff. They were there in the late game in case they were needed against Malice, but it was mostly just to prevent them from getting sniped by Soulstealer or something like that. My 3 weapons teams all did really, really well. I think Yama's cavalry got forgotten on my backside for a while, so I got some free time to shoot. That was a little unfortunate for him. But overall, I like this build. The original thing I was doing is that Clan Rat was another Skaven slave, and that Teethbreakers was our Warp Lightning Cannon, which I think is probably a better iteration of this, but it needs a map that can actually give you the space to use a Warp Lightning Cannon. The map was just too small. Like, you can see my Teethbreakers almost reached the tree line that his units were coming out of, so the Warp Lightning Cannon would have been completely dog shit. Just how that matchup goes. that's that. I move on to fight the winner of WWD and Ever Chicken. Phoenix King advanced over Yumi. Rocket Row advanced over Coops. His Dudeness, Central Screw, WWD, and Ever Chicken are all still battling away. Yar. Fun fact, the Slaanesh Sorcerer is immune to RR Cannon's effect with his armor. What? What are you talking about? Immune to contact effects. Wow. All right. I don't hate that. I think that's fine. It is very strange, but I think it's fine. Oops, I accidentally started Warhammer 2. Oh no. Oh no. Turn off the inferior game. No! Actually, Killing Small's just linked to me that apparently Warhammer 3 is currently at a lower player count than Warhammer 2 was at the end of its life cycle, which is pretty bad. If true. I could see how that would happen, though. There's a really long ad campaign to make it like the most epic game ever, and then its first year is a total flop as far as like content goes. I don't know. I think Immortal Empires has been pretty fun, but I know some people aren't enjoying it that much. Like, I think the campaign's fun and the multiplayer is pretty fun. Some people didn't like it. I haven't heard jack shit about the new characters' individual campaigns. I heard they had an alternate race or something. I've seen literally nothing about it. No one was streaming it. No one was doing anything like that. For Valkia, Village, Festus, and Azazel's campaign, didn't they have like a separate race and just nobody was about it? I don't know. Got WWD. He beat my boy Ever Chicken. Alright, I'll go find WWD. Alright, while I get my opponent in here, I have to do some tournament stuff for him. And I am here now, Salty Corn. Starting a poll for what faction I should blind pick next. Whenever WWE gets in here and we do our picks, whichever one's ahead at the time, I'll blind pick. What's the next map? Oh god, Northern Chaos Wastes. Okay, Skaven below there. Though honestly, Ogres probably aren't going to be much better. Because that eliminates the potential of using Lead Belchers. Lead Belchers can't see a damn thing. Alright, WWD's here. Hey. Map set. Global ban. Boom. Ogre full of pistols, fire speed. Ogres are currently crushing it in a 5-vote thing. They have 3, and the Skaven have 2. That is a gigantic lead for the Ogres. Gigantic! He's thinking on his global bans, so we still have some time for votes to come in. Also, if he just global bans Skaven, then fuck you, we're playing Ogres. If he global bans Skaven and Ogres, then he's stream sniping me. Because those are a crazy 2 to global ban. Global ban Skaven and Ogres, go fuck yourself. Ban Skaven and Empire. Alright, we're playing Ogres. Let's go. I won't switch just yet until he picks his faction. I'm gonna juke him out. I'm gonna go Warriors of Chaos. Let's go. Ogres into High Elves. Oh god. We are so fucked. Oh no. Oh god, all the spears. All the spear units, man. This is the saddest day. This is the saddest day. Alright, I have some idea of how to remedy this. Holy shit, though. What a tragedy. Sea of Spears for you? Yep, pretty much. Decent numbers considering? Yeah. Turn's not streaming, Turn's not streaming Warhammer. He's streaming Age of Empires. Which, by the way, I am pretty done with Age of Empires. I tried it, man. I tried it. I wasn't feeling it. Oh boy, this is gonna be something. Anyway, I tried Age of Empires. I really did. I just didn't end up liking it, which is a shame. It felt like really arcadey to me. Eat the knife ears? I'll try. I'll try. But watch as I get juked, right? I have a build that is extreme for countering. I have 5 Spearmen, 5 Silver Guard, 8 Lothern Sea Guard. Suck my dick. Like, if that's his build, I have maybe the best possible thing you could have into that. If he goes like a Cav Rush or Dragons or Phoenixes or something, I might be just fucked. We're going all in. I'm thinking WWD is going to try to be as mean to me as possible. Alright. 1,500 guys? That doesn't really tell me anything. So I do have an Iron Blaster. Cav builds can be fun into High Elves, but it isn't great into a Spirit Box. Yeah, I was saying, like, if the High Elves go mass Cav, I might be in trouble. We have double Stonehorns, because the more you've played against Ogres, the more you realize that it doesn't actually matter how many spears you have versus Stonehorns. If you have no mass to stop them, they can just infinitely charge you, and it's a huge pain in the ass. So, Yeah, Coops, what do you want me to do with high elves versus ogres? Like, what do I do versus the pointy stick box? I'm gonna keep the ogres with, the ogre bulls with the lead belchers and with the iron blaster, because I don't really want to fight spears with them, I just want to fight Illyrian Reavers. If there are Illyrian Reavers to fight, I want to keep them safe with the ogre bulls, but... we have triple lead belcher for some lead belcher kiting, we have an iron blaster for iron blaster kiting, double stone horn to cycle charge infinitely. We have a guy with troll guts to do troll guts things. Other than that, we have ogres to defend against Illyrian Reavers, and we have Noblars to exist. That's all I got. I don't know what you want from me. I'm doing my best out here. This, all of these. I'm gonna group you guys with your things so you stay where you're supposed to. Alright, show me a spear box. Spears and archers. Yeah, it's about what we thought. Alethanar is gonna be a pain in the ass. Alright, you Lord, stay back. I'll call you up when I need troll guts, but not a moment before. They don't have a net, do they? No, they have fireball. Alright, let's just take a charge on him for fun. Teehee, so random. What you gonna do, boy? What you gonna do? Whee! Whee! Zigzag all the way home, my friend. Zigzag all the way home. Ogres are here doing lead belcher things. That's kind of fun. Oh, but they're in range of the Lava and Sea Guard. Shit. Run! Run! They have such good range. Holy crap, 160 to my lead belcher's 200? How am I supposed to see anything? That is obscene. That is not okay. That is an awful lot of Lava and Sea Guardness. So he doesn't have any cav. I guess we could start the cycle charging a little bit. Oh my god, we're still getting shot! What the fuck? How am I supposed to kite that? Lead belchers, why do you have such shit range? God damn it. Fucking garbage, man. Oh, they noticed me standing there. Alright, let's try to get around this. Oh my god, Lava and Sea Guard. Fuck you. Oh no, fireball into my Noblars. Whatever will I do? Hello? Brrr! 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 Okay, I'll be leaving now. Goodbye. Thank you for your time. Okay. So lead belchers are gonna try and shoot against these Lava and Sea Guard, and then we'll have to fall back. Keep running away! No! No! Don't shoot me! No! How could you do this? Why would you shoot a poor little Stonehorn friend? Because that Stonehorn friend isn't actually your friend. Oh my god, these lead belchers aren't hitting fucking anything! Why are lead belchers such shit now? Why? Why did you make lead belchers poop now? Who asked for this? Who was like, god damn, I hope lead belchers suck complete ass. I hope 3 of them lose to 2 Lava and Sea Guard in a duel. That would be pretty cool. It'd be really great if that happened. God, that would be fun and interactive gameplay. They're doing no damage. They're doing none, 0 damage. People said, hey, can I have some damage? And CA said, no, fuck you. There. I wanted to manufy that because there was a big clump, and I just fucking know that if you let the AI fire, they're gonna miss. Alright, this way. Okay, come here, come here, come here. You, come back. Iron Blaster, get out of here. Troll Guts caster, you're just gonna have to come up here for a little bit. Alright, I'm just gonna hope that these guys are distracted in melee so I can get some shots in. With the Noblars. Okay, routed them off. Let's have Big Boy come back. I didn't realize my Ogre Bulls were chasing. That's not ideal. That's not ideal. Run. God, you guys are slow to respond. Roar. Okay, keep running away. How's this going? All right. Okay. Got a good route on one side. I'd like to just chase it down with my ogres to get some passive going. Lead Belchers to support that. These other guys will move up. And you're gonna sail charge in here. You're still shooting. Stonehorn, go run that bitch down. Fire one more time for me. One more time. Then we gotta leave. Then we gotta leave. They turn towards you anyway. Just leave. Just leave. Save your ammo. Okay, ogres are chasing down stuff. Blood Belchers are moving up a little bit. I don't like firing through the trees, but I can't get close without these damn trees being in my way. Okay, you're still chasing around Alethanar. That's fun. Oh, no, no, no. Turn on your thing. Turn on your thing. Thank you. This is what ogres have been reduced to. This is the sort of degeneracy ogres are forced to play with. I kind of want Butcher. I want to save up for Butcher, otherwise I would slow Alethanar right now. Yeah, because that charge attack just whiffed entirely. Okay, go back over there. You come for these archers. Oh shit. Click on the right one. Go, 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 go. Take out those archers. They're doing a lot of damage to my Lead Belchers. I don't like that at all. Okay, we're charging up for Butcher. It'll probably use straight onto this Stonehorn lad. Where's the elite Stonehorn? Okay, he's chilling. He's doing his best. Troll Guts this thing. Come here. Come here. Running around in a bit of circles. We don't love that. But our Lead Belchers were able to push up, which is pretty freaking nice. Now we just need ogres to commit to chasing off anything that routes. Get some Noblars back. Fire down the line of those spearmen. Okay, we're busy reloading. Fuck. Oh, Lead Belchers are tearing apart these Phoenix Guard. But I forgot this guy for a little bit. No! No! Just run! Run, big boy! Alright, you guys keep chasing off people that are actually routing. There it is, there it is, there it is! Butcher! Hang in there, little buddy! Alethanar has used almost all of his ammo, though he is killing my lord right now. Don't really love that. Lead Belchers are still pushing in, they're shooting stuff. If you don't like how ogres have to play to win anything, then tell CA to give them something besides large fucking units. Because spear spam boxes are not very fun to fight, but that's just what we have to deal with out here. It's what we be doing. Boop. The tracker. I'm gonna heal him again. Oh shit, chill out, chill out. Let the Lead Belchers do it. So those archers are running out of ammo. I'm gonna focus on killing Phoenix Guard and London Sea Guard at this point. Boop. Yeah, there are archers out here that don't really have any ammunition left, so I'll just leave them alone. What up, bitch? 2 shots left? Yeah, okay. GG. Stonehenge charges are satisfying. Why aren't dryads and treekins made out of the same indestructible trees that terrain is? Yeah. And lead belchers, for all that, one of them paid for themselves. One lead belcher paid for itself with all of that shooting. God, I hate lead belchers, man. They're fucking terrible. They're so bad. Mostly it was just Stonehorns doing Stonehorn things. And yes, that was a pretty degenerate build for me, but also, what am I supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do versus that? It's just a bunch of spears. If I play a normal-ass ogre build, I'm just gonna sprint into a million spears and just die. It's so sad that you have to play, like, this bullshit. Which, yeah, this is bullshit. I don't feel great about this build, but it... GG well played. Like, and to defend myself a little bit more, yes, this was a degenerate build, but I did literally say starting out, this only counters an equally degenerate high elf build of like just pointy stick box, and the ogres are gonna run into me because they're dumbasses and they're gonna die to my pointy sticks. Ha ha ha. Man, if he had any fucking cavalry, I was so screwed. Like, just completely destroyed. Shut down my iron blasters, shut down my lead belchers. Like, I don't know. So this only works against like a box. I just feel bad. I feel bad knowing that Stonehorns are kind of busted and just using them to win an entire game. It doesn't feel good, but I'm trying to talk myself down right now and just be like, you know what? He did like an annoying spear blob. He did what he had to. What up, Alex Rare? See tasty knife ears? Tasty knife ears indeed. All right. So, how's the tournament going? Central Scrutinizer did prevail over his dudeness. Rocket has prevailed over Alea. Phoenix King and Cool Umbrella are still fighting. And I have the Phoenix King to fight. Let's go. What's the map? Parrot Ridge? Oh, I don't really remember this one. So I'm supposed to cast both semifinals, which is fine because we're in one right now, and then we'll pop down to see Rocket versus whoever. Though no offense to Pugilicious, I think it's probably going to be Scroot. Scroot's wild. Scroot's a better player than me, I think. I don't know. If Pugilicious beats him, that would be some pretty pog upset. So let's get this shit going, huh? Oh, Phoenix King, I know he plays High Elves, Wood Elves, and Dark Elves. He loves his elves. I could be an asshole and global ban 2 of his elves, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I'll just keep banning Vampire Counts and Warriors of Chaos. I'll be nice. Hey, he banned Tomb Kings, not Skaven. Let's go, dude. Losing as I type this, I'm out. Mobility greater than all other units, yeah. Alright, so he banned Tomb Kings, Cafe. I banned Vampire Counts, Warriors of Chaos. We saw Skaven today. We've seen Ogres. I don't have enough time to do another poll. I'm just not gonna. Who do I actually want to play right now? I could play Skaven again. I could. I don't want to say it out loud. Did Scroot get his empire? I have no idea. You'd have to ask Boojilicious, which it looks like you are asking Boojilicious, and therefore I'll just shut my goddamn mouth. I thought Phoenix King would have just auto-locked his High Elves by now. Oh, Scroot went High Elves versus Boojilicious' Nurgle. Interesting. A lot of High Elves this tournament, man. Cool Umbrella's typing. What do we got? What do we got? Greenskins versus Wood Elves. Alright, Greenskins versus Wood Elves. Bring it on, Phoenix King. What's the build route's not prepared for Dragon and Phoenix? Ooh. Yeah, that can be a tricky one, can't it? Sorry, I'm busy doing big thinking. Right, big thinking I am. Goblins lost their silver shields. This matchup might be unwinnable, you guys. Just saying. If I lose, it might not even be my fault. It might just be literally impossible to win. Okay. Greenskin still has it? Oh, they definitely have, like... They definitely have advantages. I was just being silly for fun. Haha, so random, XD. Oh boy. Oh boy. Sorry, I'm busy thinking here. We out here thinking about stuff. Scheming. Plotting. Thinking. Thinking about things. Thinking about stuff. Thinking about gubbos. Stupid, sexy gubbos. What? 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 Did you just... No. Did you just... What? No. No. Nah, he didn't do that. Or did he? 4 a.m. and hubby stream just started. You know how I felt this morning when I woke up. He only been streaming for 3 hours. Just make sure you prepare against the tree man blob. Nah. I'm just not gonna do that. Though this bracket was absolutely loaded, I still have Umbrella for hosting this tournament. Dude, fuck Cool Umbrella. Guy's a jerk. Guy's a bully. I don't like him. Everything he does is mean. He's a mean man. I don't know. I want him to go away. That's not true. That is what the kids call a joke. A fib, a lie for humor's sake. Alright, what's Phoenix King saying? I had a 0 gold spend. Apparently he did too. Holy shit. Where's your name from? A Swedish comedy movie from the early 2000s, Coops? No. Alright, well. One mystery is solved this day. Belagar Ironhammer, Queek Headtaker, and Skarsnik, the 3 Lords of Carrick 8 Peaks. You know who's not on that fucking list? The Wood Elves, baby! And they will never take the 8 Peaks. Never! Though neither will Skarsnik. Queek has the 8 Peaks, and he will hold it forever, because he's the bestest, goodest boy. But Skarsnik ain't allowed no stupid Wood Elves in here. Congrats on the ring, though. Are you talking about from this morning? Alright. Just type into chat. Okay. 582. Oh, thanks, man. 582 models. I sense this is going to be good. So we do have Skarsnik, True Warlord of 8 Peaks. We also have River Troll Hag with Spirit Leech and Fate Abuna, just in case those stupid Lost Sylvan Knights rear their ugly heads. Then I'll hit them with the one spell Yeetus Deletus, and they're gonna have a bad time. Do you have 2 Orc Auror boys to, I guess, I don't know, I had the money. I just shoot at things. It seems pretty self-explanatory what Orc Auror boys are here to do. You have the 2 ROR Skirmish Cav. Well, in general, I'm not very good with Skirmish Cav. The RORs are just generally good enough that even a simple Le Casual like me can make them do okay. Spider Riders. Spider Riders, Moon Howlers. Deploy them around for now until we really see what we're dealing with. But if it is a tree blob, I'm going to hope that Squigs having anti-armor and having some archers and having Spirit Leech and having armor piercing and regular skirmish cav, I hope we'll just have enough to just drag them down. We also have a shit ton of biggins. I don't know. Like, this feels like it should be able to deal with it, but I could also see it not being enough to deal with it. Is it the dreaded trees? Because I also can give... Skarsnik can also give everybody anti-large and stuff with his Spite of the Bad Moon. I don't know. I feel like out of all the builds in the world that could potentially deal with a tree blob, I feel like this is a good one. But nope, it's Cav Skirmish, which is fine. Which is fine. Everything advance. Spider Riders. Okay. I know it's too many attack orders on the same thing. I'm just kind of getting in the area. Wild Hunters of Kurnos, and then we have Deepwood Scouts. How's this going? Fine. Alright, you guys keep walking at them. And if they don't like it, they can do something about it. This is, in fact, most of the reason that everybody hates Wood Elves, though. Just running around, never fighting. Scurrying about with their non-fighting ways. Silly little non-fighters. Not wanting to do any good, proper scrapping with the lads. With the boys. God, we hate Wood Elves. They're so stupid. They're stupid and dumb. Fuck them. Memes aside, I actually really don't like Wood Elves. I think they're very unfun. As is no secret on this channel. I think they're about as fun as a swift kick in the dick. Take that, you fucker. How does it feel to be a rampage and fate abused, you stupid bitch? Fucking running all around like you own the goddamn place. God, I hate Wood Elves. Frankly, it's a problem. Get some big ends to run in here. You guys run over there. You guys are all doing great. So we're gonna have Squig, Squig, Spider, Spider. Oh, she's routing. Well, terror routing for the moment, but still routing. What is this? Why are you here, friend? Are you gonna just throw Dwellers Below down because you're very fun? I'm gonna back off in case that is your plan. Just in case that's your whole plan. Okay. You guys need to back up in case their whole plan is Dwellersing us. You know how this works. How did she leave? Oh my god! Stupid fucking Wood Elves with their stupid fucking Wood Elf faces. Oh, we have a wall. I didn't hear the notification. Okay, well, with a wall, this back area will actually be pretty good for us. We'll kill a lot of stuff back there. That'll be quite cool. Alright, harass that lady. Keep her off the River Troll Hags and get our River Troll Hag back. You really want her? Come and get her. Wah's not ready, you lying asshole. I'm surprised the squigs are doing this poorly into skirmish cav and melee. It's rather upsetting. I actually think I told you guys to kill that lady, not just let her walk all over the river troll hag. Go, go, go. You, come with me. Anybody else liking Wood Elf content yet? Because this is boring as fuck. God, I hate them. God, I just hate them. Super unfun faction. I hope they all die in a hole. They're the OG unfun faction. We are the green beans. Get under her, dude. Hit her, hit her, hit her, hit her. Oh, she's back near that absolute hussy. Okay, well, we're doing our best. Let's regroup all the archers. Let's regroup everybody. Trying to kill these wild riders, but they're essentially unbreakable because Wood Elf things, I guess. River Troll's back, let's go. You really gonna land here? Alright, that feels like it shouldn't work. If it does, I'm gonna be very upset. I should be able to snipe their mage here. There we go. There we go! Yes! Whoa, whoa, whoa! You're lost, friend. You're lost, friend! You can't just follow the green beans into the forest. We're the best forest creatures there ever were. Whoa! Whoa, buddy! You can't just do that! You can't. You literally can't. It's actually illegal in 49 states. Okay, how did this go? Spirit Leecher and be done with it. Let's go. We unfortunately have things to do. Okay, this game doesn't think we can win. I think this game is a lying piece of shit. I think we're doing just fine. Sisters would dare land on my orc R, boys. Alright, she shattered. Nice. Nice. Alright, Moon Howlers. Chill out. Any cav that I have left, go hit these guys. That should break them. These guys are doing their best. Sister's gonna come over and kill the River Troll Hag, so I'm just trying to get a quick Spirit Leech out while I still can. Oh wow, they're actually not gonna kill the River Troll Hag. Okay, well then come down here, my sweet. Try and buy time for the archers to actually get in range. Spider Riders are winning. I don't know what that spread shot was aiming for, but it wasn't aiming for that River Troll Hag. Tell you that for sure. Deepwood Scouts are still kiting out stuff. Archers are now in range to start helping. He says, well, the whole Wood Elves... What? When was the whole Wood Elf army almost in melee? Fucking when? They've been kiting me and dicking around this whole time. Is the Greenskin still the same as the meta from the tail end of Warhammer 2? Not as much. Their skirmish cav is suffering, just like most skirmish cav in the game, from volume of fire issues on ultra size. So Greenskins aren't exactly good in the current meta. Where at the end of Warhammer 2 they were fine. I do hate Wood Elves. I fucking hate Wood Elves. And Greenskins weren't fun to fight in the Ground the Paunch days. Those days are long since gone. I don't see no Ground the Paunch here. Ooh, Joy, a bunch of stealth units fading in and out of visibility just to shoot at me for fun. What up is Current Year? How you doing, man? A lot of people hate Wood Elves, Loopy, not just me. Close to Lestria, I guess? I don't know. Deepwood Scouts, almost out of ammo. Skirmish Cav, almost out of ammo. That doesn't really matter too much, because now we're just going to get the Skarsnik gets Cycle Charge show. Skaven have no stealth units. Skaven do not run you around the map for 12 minutes. Let's go, guys. Tell Loopy to fucking fight me! Not Loopy. Pretty much Loopy. Tell Phoenix King to fight me. Ah, dragons. That's rampaging, by the way. My one plan was to rampage these bitches into melee and kill them. None, and have none with 50 speed poison shots with nets. Yeah, when the fuck do you ever get gutter run kited around the entire map like I've been in this game? Like when? Friendly fire, please. Thank you for the friendly fire. Also, we saw a game last night that was Skaven versus Slaanesh where the Poisonwind Globes didn't do a whole lot. Because their damage over time is shit. They're just like bombers now. They're just like the Vampire Coast bombers, is all they are. Alright, Skarsnik's gonna rout in a second, and then it'll be GG. Nah, dude. It is well known that I fucking hate playing against Wood Elves. Like, everybody has a faction that they hate. Some people hate Dwarves. Some people hate Skaven. Some people hate Wood Elves. I fucking despise the Wood Elf playstyle. I find it extremely unfun to play as or against. It's just walking. It's just a walking simulator, and it's really unfun. But, like, people are allowed to have their opinions, man. You can like it. I can dislike it. It's fine. Not a whole lot to say on the values. River Troll Hag and the Skirmish Cav got pretty good values. My Cav also got good values. Archers did fine. Anything I had that was melee just got kited out, so it's not going to get any value, right? I was on the verge of sleeping, and I thought some random channel from my dream was talking about Vampire Coast. Yeah, bombers are very good right now. I'm not saying globes aren't good. Definitely not. They are quite strong. I would rather face globes than just running around the map for 14 minutes, but that's what I hate. All right, I gotta go find Rocket and Scroot. Was a close game considering your meme build? My build wasn't meme, dude. That's it. I'm putting you in timeout because you haven't said anything like... I do this sometimes. Vermin League. Hold on. Where the fuck is their game? Alright. Rocket, you got a lobby? Anyway, I have to mute people sometimes if they're actually, like, triggering the shit out of me. And it's not that Loopy said anything wrong. I just, like, I can't not read it because I always like to keep up with chat. And if I keep reading it, I'm actually going to get pissed off and then nobody's going to have fun. Like, nobody wants me to be actually mad. Like, aha, it's funny when he's salty, but if, like, I actually get pissed off, it's just going to get awkward. So it's like, okay, just for my own sake, mute him, ignore him, like, that kind of thing. Yeah. So Loopy didn't say anything, like, inappropriate. That timeout is, he didn't do anything wrong. I just need a second to chill out. That's all. It's a me problem, not a him problem. Ban him for life. That's how you fucking get him. Nah, dude. Okay, good. Typing to Phoenix King right now. He's like, Rampage works as intended. And I'm like, fucking. I know I probably lost that game already, but I was like, my last shot is to Rampage the sisters down here, pop all my buffs, and maybe one shot them. It's a long shot, and then that Rampage bug happens, and they just fly above me, and it's just like, god damn it. Yeah. No. Phoenix King played well. His build wasn't cheesy. His build was solid. It's not even like a meme build or like, Scumlord build roulette. It's like, I had a build that had the tools. I had the tools to beat him. I didn't beat him. It is definitely my fault I didn't win. It's just like, you know, as we just talked about, I ran into the playstyle. Everybody has a playstyle that triggers the fuck out of them. I ran into mine. You know, I got salty. That's understandable. But, like, shit happens. I feel bad for messing with you on stream now. Coops, you are fine, sir. You're fine. I just know my limits, you know? Like, I know when I just need to stop reading things. Because as a lot of my admins know, dude, from Discord, I could be a bit of a keyboard warrior, and I try not to be. Like, if someone... I always feel bad about it afterwards, but someone will message me in my admin chat and be like, hey, there's this guy talking shit about you in this other Discord. And I'm like, what Discord? I go find him, and I start fighting, and it's like... Objectively, it's better to be the bigger man and just, like, not talk about it. But then I always just fucking... I just rage out, man.
Oh, you're so wrong. I'm so right, and I'm gonna convince you.
Yeah. It's not you, it's me. Shoots Loopy. Fucking shoots Loopy. No. Loopy's on my mod team. He's a bro. He's a good guy. We have very different ways of seeing the game. And sometimes we fight about that. That's what happens. The Phoenix King dares to show his face in this chat after what he just did to me. You should make a 48 hours of playing Wood Elf stream. Wood Elf Kite, of course. It'd be good content. It'd be real bad for my blood pressure. That's pretty funny. Phoenix King's also a good guy. He was the guy I was fighting. He was the Wood Elves. Like, he's a bro. He's a chill dude. We all know you ban people you don't like because of Dom. Don't try to hide it. I should not have gotten in a fight with that guy, but I did. I wish they both could win. Yeah, these two are also bros. Central Scroot and Rocket Row. So, what are we dealing with here? We have Tomb Kings versus Slaanesh. We saw this once in a Skaven Slave and new player tournament, so maybe it was just like slightly newer players, but this felt unwinnable for the Tomb Kings, man. I forget who was playing, but whoever was playing Slaanesh just ran over this matchup. We have the Chosen of the Gods, another Shaft Great Bow, Skeleton Warriors, Tomb Guard, Skeleton Spearmen, Spearmen. More Tomb Guard, Skeleton Spearmen, Tomb Guard, Skeleton Warriors, a couple basic archers, more Tomb Guard, and Arkin the Black with Spirit Leech. I didn't know Tomb Guard spam was the way to go here. Oh, I still have Wood Elves on my brain. I don't know why I was thinking this was Wood Elves. Yeah, Tomb Guard spam's pretty good versus Slaanesh. Just a bump and grind. So you're saying you're very easy to bait? I am unfortunately easy to bait, and I'm working on it. Love the Sentinel's color scheme. It is a good color scheme. For Slaanesh, we have 4 Hellstriders, a couple Chaos Furies, 1, 2. Some Demonettes. Are they exalted? No. Basic Demonettes. They do have armor piercing, so they could cut through Tomb Guard, though recently people have been saying Demonettes kind of suck. Be curious to see how this goes for Rocket. I know exalted Demonettes do okay, but I've heard Demonettes themselves just lose to some stuff. Devoted Marauders, Hell Scourges mixed in there, so no Chaos Warriors. We do have a Chaos Sorcerer of Slaanesh with the Whip and Acquiescence. And then we have Siggy! Everybody loves Siggy. We love Siggy. Who doesn't love Siggy? All right. We're moving in. Scroot is taking a position between 2 trees. Not that it really matters too much for these 2 factions. I guess the Light Cavalry of Slaanesh will take a minor debuff if it's in the forest, but like, if your Light Cavalry is fighting Skeleton Spearmen or Tomb Guard, it's gonna be a bad time anyway. The Hellstriders want to either find these archers or these Shafted Great Bows. They're not gonna do jack shit versus all these skeletons unless they can get like a lot of rear charges in on someone who's committed otherwise. Me, I don't love Siggy? Yeah, I was being sarcastic. I think everybody's pretty sick of Sigvald. Why work on it? We're here to see you get triggered. Yeah, it was pretty funny. Alrighty. A Spirit Leech onto Chaos Furies. Okay. I don't know if I agree with that one. I think all your Spirit Leeches should be onto Sigvald or his caster. Because Spirit Leech spam on Sigvald is actually, in my opinion, pretty good. It's an unpopular opinion, but you know he's going to heal cap. He always heal caps in every game, so just get him down there. Start working on it. Chaos Furies are doing a lot of damage to the Shafted Great Bows. Looks like Tomb Guard were pulled in a little late to try and help out. Also, Tomb Guard aren't really... They're not like cavalry. They don't pile in. You can see they're all blobbing up on like 1 or 2 models. So they don't kill Chaos Furies that quickly. Wow, this is really nice from Rocket. I'm liking this a lot. So you had the Doom Bolt thing that's bound to Slaanesh plus a Lash combo. Almost take out Skeleton Archers entirely, and Furies are going to dive over there onto them. Meanwhile, the other Furies did okay against these Skeleton Archers, but doesn't look like it's really going to pan out. Hellstriders funneled in through the back, ended up fighting Ushabtis and Tomb Guard and had trouble. Ooh, very nice Skeleton Summon from Scroot, stopping the Hellstriders in their tracks. Just a dead stop. That was very nice. But Sigvald is in. Sigvald is here, and he's fighting Chosen of the Gods. They don't want that fight at all. They will run away. Meanwhile, Demonettes are tearing through Skeleton Spearmen. And Tomb Guard are holding all right versus the Devoted Marauders of Slaanesh, but I think the Tomb Guard are taking more damage than Scroot would have anticipated. I don't think he's loving that trade so far. Sigvald is really after the Chosen of the Gods, and the Chaos Furies of Slaanesh are experiencing real crumbling. That is some real crumbling. And they're about dead. Then Warhammer 3 Siggy got buffed, Arcana got buffed, the force is out of balance. Grom got nerfed, Siggy got buffed. Bone Giants can do some work there. Yeah, the buffs, like, the faction balance in general for Warhammer 3 was kind of fucked. But if you don't play any Chaos factions or Undead, then it's pretty good. But for some reason, somebody in CA had a, wait for it, Bone-er, because skeletons, for the Undead. So they got a bunch of buffs they didn't need. And then Chaos is the new sexy DLCs. They wanted them to be good. Tomb Kings are laughing at this real crumbling. Yeah. All right, Hellstriders are back, rallying, trying to again at this Chosen of the Gods thing. They do have anti-large, but they don't have armor piercing. So the Chosen of the Gods and Ushabti in general are still a little hard for Hellstriders to deal with, especially if they have spear support around. Now, if, you know, these Bow Shopti are just standing in the middle of nowhere, sure, the Hellstriders are going to wreck their shit, but usually they're surrounded by friends. This one wasn't. Follow up Spirit Leech onto the Hellstriders. Again, I don't really love that. I wish all of the Spirit Leeches were just going towards Sigvald. I don't know. Hellstriders are only a 650 gold unit. So they're fine. What up? Loopy's back. Hey. I assume you're here to hear... I assume you stick around and heard my explanation of why you were timed out. You did nothing wrong. I just needed a minute. So, welcome back. Alright. Devoted Marauders of Slaanesh fighting Tomb Guard. Balance of power is about... It's close to the middle. Slightly Tomb King's favor. Damage value is quite even right now, though the Tomb Kings have gotten the healing off their army passive, so they still have more health, technically, than the other side. And now we're getting some of the Spirit Leech onto Sigvald, and an Ushabti summon is coming down to maybe try and block him up with a little bit of armor piercing. Chosen of the Gods' Chapter Gate Bow are pretty low. Not even crumbling. Not even close, baby. It's fun watching Siggy melt to him. I mean, he could be just counting on, in the late game, having 1.5 million Tomb Guard fight Sigvald, and they will eventually drag him down. Eventually. How are the Demonettes doing? Ooh. I mean, they killed Skeleton Spearmen, so 112 kills is nice, but it just didn't really pan out. They couldn't find the Tomb Guard. That's pretty rough for Slaanesh. I think you do need some armor-piercing infantry, so I don't think the Demonettes are a bad pick. They just couldn't find the right targets that they wanted. Hellstriders and the Chaos Sorcerer are going to finish off these Tomb Guard. Crumbling is real, by the way. Crumbling is... pretty significant, gotta say. Coops, you were joking, I think, but it is funny to see Chaos Furies and then Undead in the same game, and Chaos Furies are like, well, we lost about 1/4 of our HP, so guess we die, and Undead are like, ha! You think I have one model left? Fuck you! All Tomb Kings needed was 20 sword armor on Tomb Guard, and they needed one Burning Head. Yeah. Alright, Chaos Sorcerer Slaanesh getting Spirit Leech down. That's a pretty nice target. I do like that one. They're getting quite low on HP, so you could maybe route them off and then just stop Sigvald from having any spell support for the rest of the game. That's fine. No more Spirit... Please, God, screw... No more Spirit Leeches on random-ass units, though. It has to be the Hero of the Lord. Thank you, bye. Tomb Kings still have a lot of blue. When I highlight it, you can see there's a lot of actual models left. But as far as unit flags go, they have been whittled down a decent amount. Because it's all about Sigvald, right? If you don't kill enough stuff, Sigvald can kill everything else. Slaanesh is running out of bump and grind, however. Ooh, that could be huge. Big Rampage onto Arkan. He picks the Hellstriders as his Rampage target. Like, no player agency in that one, it just happened. But, like, he's running off there. Man, imagine if he had Rampage towards Sigvald. He actually straight up could have died if he had Rampage towards Sigvald. Now he's just running off into the woods, rampaging towards Hellstriders that he'll never catch. Thanks, Alex. Glad somebody got it. Undead wouldn't be as bad if Crumbling mattered. 100% agree. For sure. I think the Vampire counts might still need another look at, but I think if Crumbling was fixed, Vampire Coast and Tomb Kings would be totally fine. And I think Scroot's gonna win. This wrap-up of the Hellstriders after the Rampage drew Arkan the Black away from his support, and Sigvald just two-shotting him. Now Arkan is crumbling, but he's taking too much damage too quickly. He's not gonna rally, and he does eventually die. Without their Lord, I don't think the Tomb Kings can hang on, because they're gonna take more crumbling damage over time. Like, look at that! Look at that! How is that real? Negative 41 leadership. Look at that health bar. That's insane! That is completely insane that is what crumbling is. That's after they buffed the damage it does. Compared to those fucking Chaos Furies, they were losing 100 health a second. Come on, man. How is this okay? Alright, then they just disintegrate. Cetrona Sphinx is actually good against Sigvald. Is he? He might be. Sigvald's one of those footlords that doesn't just go flying every time you try to hit him. Coop's rooting for Rocket. Rocket's looking pretty good in this one so far. Bounce power has gone massively towards the forces of Slaanesh. Tomb Guard with Halberds are taking turns fighting Sigvald. You can see this other one's just chilling for now. It doesn't want to take free splash attacks for no reason. Crumbling is a fair and balanced mechanics. Hey, Deadly Dude. How you doing, man? It's good to see you. Good to see you. Devoted Marauders are proving to be world beaters. Ooh, nice fascination army ability, drawing these guys in and doing like Spirit Leech. More than Spirit Leech damage to them. It's pretty good. Gets army losses going, and Rocket will go to fight the Phoenix King. Okay, Arkin 1500. Ushaptis struggled to get their value back. Tomb Guard did alright. Basic Archers got murked by Hellstriders. Basic Skellies did fine. Sigvald 2200. Caster 1100. Liked a lot of the spell combos he was using to just blitz down Skeleton Warriors. That was pretty nice. And Skeleton Archers, I suppose. Hellstriders didn't quite pay for themselves. Furies, ooh, one actually did. GG's well played to Central Scrutinizer. So I need to switch over to the scoreboard version because the finals is in fact a best of 3. Boop. Get the blocker back on this one. And Phoenix King has a lobby. I joined as a spectator, right? Nope, I didn't. Whoopsies. I do that. I always do that. I always join as a player. Because it's so easy. It just asks you for the password. I blame the system. I've made no mistakes. We in. Take your bets, take your bets. ODM's Rocket Rao, or I thought Phoenix King was XMT, but it's not on his name right now. But we're still gonna, until I'm told otherwise, we're gonna say he's XMT. Phoenix King versus Rocket. ODM versus XMT. It's been a while, actually, since I've seen XMT flying up the tournaments. Phoenix King's been super solid for quite a while. But aside from him, XMT really relied on Ice Power, Falcon, Flying Taco, and that kind of stuff to get to the top of tournaments. And Falcon and Flying Taco haven't been playing as much, or they play co-op campaign, or they play domination, I guess. I don't know. I haven't seen them in a domination tournament, but I haven't looked that hard, so maybe they do and I missed it. Ice Power's been busy with job stuff, Cyrus tells me, so he's not around. I don't know of a ton of XMT recruits. So it feels like the XMT numbers are dwindling. Phoenix King is holding up the banner. Unless he's not in that clan anymore, then they've lost another really good player. AP on the Furies is pretty incredible for the Ushapti. What campaign should I play? Faction selection for 15 minutes. I really like the Empire campaign. If you're not feeling that, Grom the Paunches was also pretty fun. Falcon hates Dom? Its current year. What? Elaborate. I thought all the old guard loved Dom. its current year, your XMT? I think I remember that actually. I'll believe you this time. ChadCon? I do miss Falcon. He was fun to watch. Flying Taco was also fun to watch. Does anybody remember Hyali Nale? That guy was great. Hyali Nale was really fun. Tesla was also cool. Was he BBB? I forget if they got Tesla or not. I think aside from Taco and me, most of the XMT guys don't love Dom. Hadries is always on the Dom streams, so I think he's vibing over there. Does Aerocrastic still play? Probably for fun, but not competitively, no. Yalinale, Tesla, those guys were sweet. Wonder where they went. Hope they're doing well. I miss when Papa Palpatine played more. Love that guy. Laggy as shit, hard to pin down. But man, when you got him in a game, super fun, dude. He was always one of those ones that was kind of busy, though. Like, if you needed him for, like, a faction war or something, you would send him a message, and 3 days later, he would reply and say, sorry, I've been on vacation for, like, 4 weeks. I can play in April. And I'm like, dude, it is October. And he's like, yeah, I'll be free in April. Love Papa Palpatine, but super hard to schedule around him. Romulan Dog was amazing. Oh, yeah, he was. There were some players back when Beastmen used to suck that would just play Beastmen anyway. And they got a lot of fans for that. You think I played against Lizardman Kite once and was suffering incarnate? Yeah. I think Incarnation currently has a really good Lizardman Kite build if you're playing any faction that doesn't have strong armor-piercing cavalry. And it's so annoying to play against, man. We played I know I'm prone to hyperbole, but this was literally a 30-minute game that came down to Mazda Mundi. Wait, no, a Life Slaanesh. It was a basic Life Slaanesh. Basic Life Slaanesh and 2 Stegodons. The Stegodons were both out of ammunition because they were the ballista type. Both of the Stegodons were at like 1/5 HP and heal capped. And the Life Slaanesh was almost dead as well, though he wasn't heal capped. And then I had... because it was Cathay versus Lizards. And I had a couple Jade Warrior Halberds that were almost dead, so they just kept cycle routing. And then I had a Longbow Lord at full health, but she had no AP, so she couldn't really hurt the dinos, and I lost. It was a 30-minute game. And it was just awful. And you might be like, why are you playing Cathay? I forget what he played game 1, but he made me salty for some reason. He played some, like... I forget what he played, but he played some, like, pretty OP bullshit. And I was upset about that. So then I was like, fine, I'll play Cathay round 2. And then I got kited for 30 goddamn minutes. Oh my god. That's not a good way to go. It was suffering incarnate. It was terrible. It was not a fun gameplay experience. I really want to remember what he did now. It was honestly probably just Sigvald. It's probably just Sigvald and 4 Hellstriders on the Warriors of Chaos roster. Blue Firecaster just spamming you, and you're like, alright, use all the OP things. Did Flying Taco play Medieval 2 multiplayer? I didn't even know Medieval 2 had a multiplayer. Taco slapped me on ladder the other day as Ogres. Taco's like one of those players that's just really good at micro and knowing what units are supposed to do and making them perform. So it doesn't really matter what faction he's playing as. Like, he's not really a main. He's really good at Lizardmen, but he's really good at most factions. You gotta play Lenorm after this. Never played him before. What does he play? Lenorm plays a little bit of everything. I think, if I remember correctly, he likes Elves. Someone with the name Taco and their name Medieval 2. No idea. Looks like we have Bretonnia versus Warriors of Chaos. So, the picks are going to be Rocket on Warriors of Chaos versus Phoenix Kings Bretonnia. Rocket on Vampire Coast versus Phoenix Kings Wood Elves. And Rocket on Slaanesh versus Phoenix Kings Warriors of Chaos. I think the only one of those that's favored for the Phoenix King is Game 3. Wood Elves used to be favored into Vampire Coast, but then Undead buffs happened, and it's been feeling real rough for them. I don't think it's unwinnable, I just think it's probably Coast favored just due to sheer grind. Coop says Zinch. Yeah, that's right. He did play Zinch versus my Skaven, though I presume that was more of a Skaven thing rather than he played Zinch. If he means Nurgle, but that's the only game I went against him. Lenorm? I didn't know he dabbled in Nurgle. I find Nurgle pretty underwhelming. I could be wrong. There are some people that swear that Nurgle's OP. I just don't see it. I think if you take like 3 or 4 basic archers, obviously if your faction has them, you usually be okay. I like Nurgle versus Wood Elves. On paper, that's a terrible matchup for Nurgle, but I've heard a bunch of Wood Elf players have trouble with it, and I've only seen it happen once, and the Wood Elves lost, so. It's one of those things where, like, on paper it sounds so good, but apparently it just doesn't work. I think that's more of Wood Elves being in a bad place than Nurgle being great, though. Wood Elves are riding the Struggy bus pretty hard. Yeah, bro, I know you've been talking about Nurgle a lot. It's just like, in the spreadsheet I gave to CA talking about balance, and while you guys might hate me, and you might be like, Human Boy, you're a biased little bitch. In the thing I gave CA, I did say Wood Elves need buffs. I forget specifically what, but I didn't recommend any nerfs for them. So I can be unbiased when I need to be. I don't have to like them to know that they're currently struggling. Anyway. Yeah. Wood Elves just need some help. They feel real bad. You like Slaanesh and Warriors of Chaos? Strange. Alright, for the Phoenix King, we have Shenanigans. This is traditionally a terrible, terrible matchup for Bretonnia. So he's going with mass field trebuchets, some of which are blessed, some of which are normal, all across the map as far away from each other as you can, because sometimes Chaos likes to just spam Chaos Warriors and Chaos Warriors with great weapons, Chaos Warriors with halberds in this matchup, so they do try to avoid it if possible. Alright. Then we have Mounted Yeomen, Knights Errant, Knights of the Lion-Hearted ROR, and more Mounted Yeomen and Knights Errant. Cool. Then we have Rapunce, a Life Caster with Dwellers Below and Earthblood, and Felix. All on foot. I can give you some Greenskin suggestions for your spreadsheet. I said all of their lords besides Grom the Paunch need significant buffs, and Grom isn't OP anymore, he's just normal. But I was mentioning that their lords all have the same weakness, which makes them all pretty bad, in that like Fireball and Spirit Leech can take out any of them. Besides Azhag, which I mentioned he doesn't have any items. I think the Greenskin roster right now is okay. It's just their lord slot is so pathetically bad that they really struggle. Yeah. I don't know. CA was looking for like the biggest problems they could fix to try and help multiplayer stuff. So I didn't want to go into like... I didn't want to go into territory that could be debatable. So with most factions, I tried to stay on things with like that like 95% of players would agree with, where it's like 95% of players would agree. Greenskin lords besides Grom are struggling, right? 95% of players would agree. Wood Elf high tier infantry really struggles and it just gets killed immediately, right? So I did suggestions like that, or like crumbling is not working as intended right now, things like that. Anyway, focusing on the game, we do on the Chaos side. I just realized I hadn't told you what their build was. They have 4 Marauders. They have the Mirror Guard, some Chaos Warriors with Halberds. It looks like 2, maybe 3 of them. No, just 2. All right. Some Marauder Horsemen, Hellstriders of Slaanesh. We have the Weird spawn, plus another Chaos spawn, more Hellstriders, more Marauder Horsemen, and Archaon. I think Archaon is just wild. He's super good. He is crazy good with his new spell kit and stuff. It's just like Sigvald and Bellicor were around in OP for so long that you didn't really get to see Archie shine, but he's still extremely good. Hanging around, waiting to kick some serious ass. And we see him going after the Damsel of Life right now. But a big Dwellers Below is going to catch a lot of Rockets units. It is going to hit Marauder Horsemen, Chaos Spawn, and Marauders, and even these Chaos Warriors with Halberds. That is a big loss for Chaos. You can see the damage value just racking up for the Phoenix team. Alright. Yeah. Archaon's still trying to duel that lady, but it looks like he's kind of getting horse-lorded a little bit. He's having trouble getting past his own Chaos Spawn, but he does route her, which means he can get her outside of the blob and then just run her down. And that's a pretty big win for Chaos already. Though, Phoenix King is currently up in damage value. I think Chaos is actually okay for right now. Now, Hellstriders and Slaanesh are fighting Mounted Yeomen, which would, in theory, be a winning fight, but now they're about to get wrapped up on by more Mounted Yeomen? Wait, what? Okay, they lost a Mounted Yeoman. I think they're getting bombarded at the same time, but still. I think the Skirmish Cav is going to try and get involved in places, because they just want to get into melee with these Field Trebuchets. You're going to see the Chaos value just skyrocket up if they can ever shut down these Field Trebuchets. And yeah, those are 2 units of Mounted Yeoman. That's way less impressive than it looks, and Archaon's just going in. He took out the Damsel, and I was going straight for Rapunzel. Punches her in the face twice in a row. Probably has another Spirit Leech up soon. Currently, he's just whooping. He's whooping. He's putting the slap down, the hurt, the Rudy toot. Balance of Power goes heavily into Bretonia's favor because the Balance of Power doesn't know how the game works. So calm down. Everybody calm down. Mounted Yeomen and Knights Errant chasing down these Marauder Horsemen. Hellstriders Slaanesh sit by and patiently wait for their friends to die. Because it's well documented that Hellstriders Slaanesh are sociopaths. Are you winning, Son Platty? I am winning, Son. I got to semifinals, then I got my ass kicked by Phoenix King. How'd your stream go? How'd your single faction tournament go? Was it good? How many people played? I need details, Platty, details. Also, Platty, are you ready for Tuesday? Where we're gonna co-cast the Warhammer World Championship qualifier together? That's gonna be fun. It might be long though. It might be a long frickin' night, and you can feel free to bail at any point you need to. Very sudden lag spike as Rocket is catching back up at damage value, and the Phoenix King has been dropped from the game. What the fuck? We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. I think, like, Chaos was down on the Balance of Power, but I really think Chaos is going to take that game because Archaon was just raffle stomping all over Rapunzel and Felix. I don't know that this Bretonia build could have killed Archaon. We'll see what the players have to say. Yeah, we'll see. That was a wild drop. Grimgore's missing an item too. He's missing his Bloodforged armor. Yeah. All right, Phoenix King's just gonna FF. All right, Rocket's rehosting. Phoenix King dropped, and Rocket was having some issues in that game anyway, visual-wise. So he's not. It doesn't seem like he's super upset about having to rehost. Why is this code not working? There we go. Friday something umbrella. All right, Rocket. Block her up just in case there's a build in progress. And it looks like we will have Vampire Coast from Rocket versus Wood Elves from the Phoenix King. I think this is rough. Phoenix King is an excellent Wood Elf player, so if anybody can win it right now, he probably can. Alright. Looks like that's all getting dealt with. Poor Rocket just wants to sleep. He will soon. You can either win one more game or just throw this game real quick and go to bed after game 3. Where's Phoenix from? He's told me that, but I don't really want to DDoS him. I don't know. He's European. I'll say that. I guess I could say a country. I believe he's German. I believe. But as for his home address, I'll keep that to myself. By the way, I got trolled. There was a guy, a nice guy, just not the guy I thought it was. Someone with the name The Phoenix King, but it's a different guy, made a game on Steam that Alfredino and I promoted for him during one of our co-streams. But it wasn't this, The Phoenix King. So then I attributed it to the wrong person during the stream, because all I said was The Phoenix King made it, but I said one of our lovely mods and admins, and that Phoenix King is not a mod or admin for me. This Phoenix King is, and he did not make a Steam game. DDoS. I think I know his address, because I think he did something like on my Patreon or something, so I think I had a shipping address for him. I don't remember though. But I remember him mentioning that he's German. Or maybe he speaks German, he just lives in the U. I don't remember. I could dig it up. I could go through some receipts. I could do some investigative journalism, find out where this guy lives, go to his house, knock on his door, give him a muffin. That's it. Fly around the world for a muffin. It's 1, 2, 3 dwarves are stupid laid. Yeah, that is pretty funny. Because, like, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about earlier with the Wood Elf stuff. I don't mind dwarves. I like a lot of the dwarf voice lines. I think a lot of their units are cool. I love Trollhammer torpedoes, even though they usually miss. I just think they're very fun. But like a lot of people fucking hate playing dwarves, and I get that. It really sucks if you play against dwarves and you're a faction that just can't deal with them. Then it blows. Or you're a faction that's susceptible to gyrocopter cheese, because then you have to prepare so hard to make sure you don't get gyrocopter cheese that a lot of your army resources are going towards anti-air, and if the dwarves just go with a full box build or like a ground-based build, you have a bunch of wasted units. So that sucks and blows. But if you don't prepare for a gyrocopter build, that's also a very unfun game. It's very unfun when you have... And like, depending on what faction, right? If you have a faction that has air power or has armor-piercing missiles and you take neither and the dwarves take gyrocopters, you deserve what's coming to you, but it doesn't mean it's going to be fun. Fighting gyrocopters when you have no aerial or ranged units is just miserable. It happened a lot in Game 2 for me. Dwarves into Warriors of Chaos was one of my favorite matchups to do when I was like serious tryharding a tournament, because a lot of people wouldn't bring any air, wouldn't bring any skirmish cav, and then I would have the Skyhammer and 2 Master Engineers to give it ammunition. Oh, the days. It would kill Sigvald, then it would kill their caster, and then it would bomb everybody to death. McRightface, I saw you sent me a bunch of messages. I'll answer them after the stream, my friend. 420, crumbling is balanced road. Wait, it's 1, 2, 3. Dwarves are stupid. Dwarves and Sigvald are stupid. That's true. McRedface, $10. Thank you so much for the donation. Long day of stream for you. Really appreciate all the great content you're putting out. Get yourself a Mocha Choco Hazelnut Ball Cream Ogre Sweat Milk Bag Latte. I'll probably do that when it's not 10 p.m. at night, because I am going to have a snack and go to bed after this. But I will do that in the future. I'll also read your messages. Yeah. And without going into too much into detail, because I can turn this into a general thing, and I'll reply to your messages more specifically later, but, you know, I am pretty open to feedback. I have been on the other side before where, like, you know, I used to watch Video Game Donkey a lot, and he's still fine. I just don't think he's as, like, good as he used to be. And I don't really like his new sense of humor. I don't really like the new content he's putting out. I think it's pretty whatever. And that's just me. So sometimes, you know, you like content creators for a little bit, you sub or do whatever, and then, like, you unsub or, like, unpatreon or, like, whatever. And if any of you out there have, like, legitimate criticisms about my content, feel free to shoot that stuff my way, man. It's fine. Like, just because you send me stuff doesn't mean I'm going to 100%, yes, sir, right away, sir, I'll change that, sir. But I do, you know, I give a shit what people think about my content, you know. If people are like, I subscribed for the funny memes, and now, like, nowadays you're just a salty boomer who gets really mad about, like, Warhammer 3 stuff, you know. It's useful for me to know that shit, instead of, like, people just quietly disliking my content, not telling me anything was wrong and leaving. Which McRightface didn't do. It's just, like, a similar topic to something he and I were discussing, but it is something I wanted to tell people in general. Because today I actually put out a poll on my Discord. If my friend suggested something I thought could be kind of fun, where I did short lore videos and put those out, but a lot of my gutter runners, which is just a role for people that accept polls, so that's probably not a good idea, so I probably won't do that. We always open to feedback. All right, builds are mostly set up so I can start talking about them without chasing them around the map. For the Phoenix King, we have 4 Deepwood Scouts, 4 Dryads as well, triple Treekin. Then we have another tree in Drycha with Enfeebling Foe, Pit of Shades, and her Summon. Then we have Glade Riders with Spears, Wild Hunters of Kurnoss, Glade Riders with Spears, and Glade Riders with Spears. Mix of Cav and Skirmish and stuff. It's pretty cool. Milk Bag Latte is key. It's clear when the milk comes from a carton, not a bag. True. On the other side, we have 4 Scurvy Dogs, 2 Deck Gunners, neither of which is the ROR. We have the Lamprier's Revenge, 2 Bombers, 2 Depth Guard with the Axe variant, a bunch of Pokeboys with sticks, and the Vampire Fleet Admirals with Summon and Invocation of Nehek. Your stream needs more Hazel. That is good feedback. I will work on this immediately. Deepwood Scouts deleting a bomber troop who will now start crumbling, and that will be the end of that. While the skirmish phase occurs, the second volley didn't get nearly as much damage because they were walking away, but this is one of those things where I have to make it very clear. I'm saying feels like. I know the game is not against me. I know that it isn't rigged. But whenever I try to play Wood Elves, Glade Riders and Spears feel like the most dogshit, useless unit I've ever seen. And then when you watch good Wood Elf players play, Glade Riders will kill everything all the time. And I don't know what the difference is. Like, it feels like if they straight on charge a Scurvy Dog when I'm playing as them, both units will die. But if a Glade Rider with Spears straight on charges a Scurvy Dog and the enemy's playing as them, my Scurvy Dog gets deleted and does no damage back. And it's just like, it's one of those units that I know factually is good, but I'm just not good with them. Anyway, the kind of skirmish phase continues. Dogs took a pounding and now are crumbling a little bit. Zombie Power Gunner Mob rallies in the backfield, so they will crumble no longer. These dogs are actually still crumbling. That leadership bar is deceptive. I don't know why that the leadership bars are still fucked up over all the time, but that second bar is not real. Animated Hulks and Zombies are now into the frontline fight with Dryads. Dryads only have 25 armor, so they will actually take a decent amount of melee damage back from the zombies. Dryads have fallen far away from being mega OP broken in Warhammer 2. I hate them so much to now being just, pretty bad. I don't know what happened. I'm sure someone who actually knows could tell me, but Dryads do feel significantly weaker than they did in Warhammer 2. Phoenix King does get a Glade Rider Spears past the front line. He is going to sprint straight into the back. He should go for the Deck Gunners, and he will. These are going to disintegrate faster than any unit you have ever seen disintegrate ever. They only have 3,000 HP, and they have a melee defense of 10. Boop! And half health, and less than half, and still dying. And still dying. Frontline is going slightly to the Vampire Coast, especially when the Depth Guard have joined the fray, but the Wood Elves are actually holding their own. They're doing okay. Weren't quite able to finish off that Deck Gunner, and now the Scurvy Dogs are going to get a side charge on the Glade Guard. With a little bit of Deck Gunner support, they will be fine. And free and clear. Treekin are stuck fighting Depth Guard. Honestly, that's an okay fight for them. Oh, they don't have armor piercing. They just have a really high weapon strength. Okay, well, that's a good fight then. Wild Hunters of Kurnos get a rear charge on the Animated Hulks. They should be able to take them out rather quickly as the Deepwood Scouts continue to kite away from the Lamprey's Revenge and other basic units. Pit of Shades from Drycha will hit these Depth Guard and other zombie pirate deckhand mobs, and Bombers are currently throwing at Treekin, which is pretty ineffective. They got rid of these Dryads, so they had a good target. They just don't anymore. Oh god, they're actually going to do so much friendly fire damage. They should stop throwing at those Treekin right about now. Get the Deck Gunners to deal with them. Phoenix King's even going to path straight through, and he is going to take out the Bombers, so rest in peace. Last of the Scurvy Dogs over here, going to fight some Deepwood Scouts, die for the great cause, and we do have 2 full health dog units running around, but they're just trying to avoid the Wild Hunters of Kurnos. It's a fine unit, nothing special. FWIW, little salt goes a long way. Saltiness is reasonable given what's happened in the land battle community. It'd be weird if you weren't salty at all, but yeah, little saltiness goes a long way. True. Microwave phase, just more assault. Anyway, 4 Deepwood Scouts still kept relatively safe. Now, these guys have a low health pool, but they have 49 models, which is still plenty, and they have a lot of ammunition. So a lot of love left to give. I think they need to stop shooting at deckhand mobs. I think they should focus all of their attention on the Lamprey's Revenge, or maybe Depth Guard. Maybe. Ooh, big moment. Treekin standing right next to Deck Gunners. Does Rocket realize they're standing right here? Oh, wait. Yeah, both players need to realize they're standing here. Deck Gunners just waltz into the Treekin, proc their auto attacks, and now they're going to get attacked. I don't think any attack orders were issued over here at all. It just happened. Wood Elves, balance of power is about dead even, but I really like the Wood Elves state in this game. I think they're going to be just fine. Nice patience here from Rocket. Gets a good surround from Dogs. He has Dogs coming in from 3 sides, so these Wood Elves have nowhere to go. The only problem is Deepwood Scouts are decent melee combatants. Only 22. Okay, they're not as good as Glade Guard. That's interesting. I thought they had better stats than the Glade Guard, but they actually have worse. Okay, yeah, then they'll get fucked up by Dogs. I was going to say, because a lot of times Dogs will get on Glade Guard, and it'll take a long time to kill anything. In which case, the Wild Hunters of Kurnos and Glade Riders with Spears will be able to peel them off, but Deepwood Scouts have dog awful. Ha! Dog. Anyway. God awful melee stats. You can see they're just getting torn to shreds. It's like the last archer unit that freaking scurvy dogs can actually kill, man. I used to like this matchup into High Elves, Vampire Coast versus High Elves, but then I played recently with somebody, I forget who, and scurvy dogs like straight up lost to basic archers. It was wild. That, you know, obviously they both weren't just sitting in melee, but it took the dogs so long to kill the archers in melee because of martial prowess and shit that other archers just turned and shot at my dogs. So it took them 45 seconds to try and rout an archer unit from behind, which is pretty bad. It's a really nice dog wrap up by Rocket. I like that a lot. That was good patience, keeping them away from the cav for this whole time, and then they come in from 3 different directions, like boop, boop, boop. And you have zombies coming in from here. There was nowhere for the Wood Elves to go. And then they got encircled and died. But was it all worth it? Now, the Deepwood Scouts being gone does mean the Lamprey's Revenge are going to be much, much harder for the Wood Elves to take out. So it was a huge win for Rocket there. I just still wonder if that's going to be enough. Because the coast is looking real haggard, man. They have a depth guard that could get Pit of Shades at any moment. Lamprey's Revenge, and then this lady. That's not Count Noctilus, it's just a random lady. Imagine how cathartic it would be to shoot some anti-elf warrior with a stupid matchlock. Oh, some ancient elf warrior with a stupid matchlock, yeah. It's strong, but I don't think it's well done. Are you talking about martial prowess? Or are you talking about the dog surround, Loopy? Because I think the dog surround was very well done. Martial prowess, I know you and I have discussed the issues with martial prowess before, and as we discussed earlier, you and I do see the game rather differently. But that's one of the reasons I like having people like you and the Phoenix King on my admin team. Is because we want the Vermin League and land battles in general to be fun for as many different playstyles as possible. I didn't really want it to be a circle jerk of like, Skaven and Dwarf boxes are fun, right, you guys? Yeah, fuck them. Let's limit 360 units to 2. So, I value your insight. And I'm sorry I had to time you out earlier. I just needed a minute. Rear charge coming in for the Wild Hunters of Kurnos. They do have anti-large and magic damage. They don't have armor piercing, though. And a nice cast of Pit of Shades from Drycha. You can see it's just on the edge of her formation to limit the friendly fire as much as possible while catching the depth guard. It is going to do good damage to them, but the depth guard are chewing through Dryads, and honestly Treekin too. But the Lamprey's Revenge are taking a walloping from Drycha, the Treekin, and the Wild Hunters of Kurnos. A big surround onto them. And their healing cap is even within sight. Healing cap with the depth guard is within sight. And I do think the Wood Elves are going to take this one, taking us to a game 3. I really don't see the coast being able to grind through that much stuff. Lamprey's Revenge getting completely worked on. I was worried they wouldn't take that much damage, but after seeing that, then yeah, 100% Vampire Coast are doomed. Do have a bit of a break coming from the Wood Elves. We have a full health Treekin unit. We have a Dryad summon that was saved till this late in the game. And the Wild Hunters Kurnos just continue to get off some cycle charges, so they'll be fine. They can finish off these grabs. I don't think many people like dwarves on the team. I like dwarves. They're not my favorite faction, but I like dwarves. I wish they were more interactive. There's some things about them I would like changed, but overall I do enjoy dwarves. I just don't play them much because they're not very popular. So if no one on stream wants to watch me play something, then I won't play it. Army losses was hit and then subsided for just a moment. But it's back to being army losses, and it's over. It was a GG. I really liked Rocket's dog play. But Phoenix King making this matchup look as bad as it used to be for the Vampire Coast. Like, it really felt like he had a handle on that game the whole time. But this build is wildly different than what you used to see. So, he's adapting. He's overcoming. GG. Game 3. Let's go. It is Warriors of Chaos versus Slaanesh. No more exciting stuff. No more. None. I'm ready to provide you with my unsolicited opinion on game balance anytime. No one wants to watch you play Siggy. Yeah. true. Ready to provide unsolicited feedback about your haircut choices, clothing, tattoo, etc. Are they good opinions? Not good opinions, but like, are they positive opinions or negative opinions? If it's negative opinions, you're wrong. If it's positive opinions, you're less wrong. Still wrong, but less wrong. Warriors of Chaos versus Slaanesh. Phoenix King is... I mean, I don't like Sigvald. I think he's very unfun. Phoenix King makes me look like a Sigvald lover. This man despises Sigvald. Or was it Traitor? I think Phoenix King also fucking hates Sigvald. Yeah, he does. Okay. But I was thinking of Traitor. I accidentally was right. But yes, Phoenix King hates Sigvald real bad. Traitor was the one who sent in 4 or 5 different replays in the course of like 2 days of Sigvald almost solo killing his entire army. Traitor is a huge fan of Sigvald. Huge fan. I know a faction that everyone wants to see play. If it's Wood Elves, it's just because I play them so poorly. I'm so bad, man. I'm so bad at Wood Elves. None of their units feel like they do anything. It's just awful. I'm tragically ill-equipped to play them. Traitor went on a week-long rant about Sigvald. Traitor and Rinless are weird. They're both weird guys. I like them, but they like... A patch will drop, they'll pop in, play a bunch, both be really, really good at the game, and then leave. And they'll wait for the next patch. And it's just really... It's funny that they could like stick around and be dominant, but they just don't. They leave. That's like hating the Yankees. There's a couple people who don't hate Sigvald. Alright, do you want spoilers about how this matchup is going behind the blocker? Who wants spoilers? Hands up. Hands up. Who wants me to talk about the builds that are behind the blocker? Hands up. Alright, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of 21 people watching, that's 18 hands up. Alright, we're going to talk about the builds behind the blocker. So... what you need to know is that it's chaos versus chaos. One side has a couple of units that might have Marauder in the name. The other side has a couple of units that might have Marauder in the name. I don't want to tell you who has what. I don't want to... I'm just saying there might be something in this game with Marauder. There also might be some things in this game with the words chaos. There also might be some things in the game with the words warrior. There might be some shared units on both sides. I don't know. There might be. There might be. They might both have the same lord. They might. You don't know. Hey, you don't fucking know. Maybe they do. You don't. It might be Sigvald versus Sigvald with Chaos Warshrine of Slaanesh on each side. Festus the Leech Lord in the hero slot on both sides. It might be. Or it might be filling for time while they build the builds because I have nothing constructive to say. Maybe. Maybe this is a bit. Maybe this is for comedy. You don't know. You don't know shit. You don't know anything! Sigvald is a necessary evil considering the other Slaanesh lords. Anything with the word Sigvald? Are Chaos players taking Marauder Horseman? Shocking. Yeah. Dude, like, I've talked about this plenty. So I'll keep it the short version. Marauder Horseman is wild. It's completely wild that Game 2, they were the most cost-effective skirmish cav that people were so sick of seeing. And going into Game 3, CA was like, 4 out of the 7 factions are getting Marauder Horseman. It's like, oh my god, dude. You couldn't get any other skirmish cav? None? Because they needed skirmish cav or ranged units of any kind. Like, I'm not pretending the addition of Marauder Horseman made the game worse. It did make the game better. I just think there was a better solution than giving everybody Martyr Horsemen. But if you remember Warhammer 3 land battles before Immortal Empires, you'll remember why we needed fucking Martyr Horsemen. Is that a blob I see? That is a blob you see. Is that a different blob I see? That is, sir, you are a connoisseur of the different kinds of blobs we can see. Is not having any fucking range units in this game a bad idea? Not having any fucking range units in this game was a bad idea. So Marauder Horseman fixed a lot of problems. It's true. Doesn't mean I have to like them. Neither player took Sigvald. Calm down. Actually, we have a matchup I've never seen before. Azazel versus Archaon. A part of me thinks that Azazel's going to get Spirit Leech spammed into nothingness, and if he ever lands, Archaon's going to beat his ass like a drum. But I could be wrong. I've felt... Some people like Valkia, so I don't mean that these lords are bad. I don't think Festus Leech Lord is bad. I don't think Village is bad. I like Village. But the Warriors of Chaos DLC that came out, the Champions of Chaos or whatever, all 4 of those lords felt fine. Especially after Festus's nerf. I still maintain I don't think Festus was ever that broken. I think the meta was just really stupid, where everybody was doing Mortis Engine blobs and healing blobs, and Festus fit into that meta, but I don't think actually he was that good of a character. I think the nerfs were still a good thing, though. But anyway, post-nerf, man, Valkia is balanced or weak. Balanced or weak, I'll give you that. Because I think she's weak, but a lot of players who actually use her really like her. I think Azazel is balanced or weak. I think Festus post-nerf is balanced or weak. And I think Village is probably balanced or weak. And that's really interesting that the DLC lords are either balanced or weak. Right? Because the traditional thing is the DLC comes out and power creep just takes over. Like Torox, like Grom, like Altharion. Whoops. Altharian's real fucking powerful. Jokes. Anyway, Torox, Grom, Oxyotl on release, not in Warhammer 3. In Warhammer 3, he's not that great. Trying to think of the other ones, but you get my point. Normally the DLC lords are pretty fucking strong. And it's kind of funny that the Warriors of Chaos stuff, the Champions of Chaos, isn't really that great. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I personally would prefer that lords be fit into the balance rather than break the balance to try and get people to buy the DLC. So I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think it's interesting to think about. Is Dragon Ogre Rush with the Zinj guys? Aspiring Champion Frontlines Vanguard on top of each other. Yeah. We have Siggy, Bellicor, and Archie. Laughs and Altharion. Remember Malice? Lol like Gorst. Yeah. I'm not saying every lord has been that way. It was just trending towards a lot of the new lords would be fucking broken. And then all of a sudden this DLC released and honestly was pretty balanced as far as the new content went. Like, Hellstriders were fucked up, but Hellstriders were here before the DLC. I don't know. That's all I was saying. I don't mind any of the new lords, and that's a good thing, you know? When I see it's not like, oh god, fucking Valkia, this piece of shit. Like, I'm generally happy to see Valkia. I'm generally happy to see Village. DLC lords are usually busted good or busted bad. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, is that the Champions of Chaos DLC actually released a bunch of pretty fine lords. I like all of them being in the game. Anyway, what do we got for builds now that it's settled down? We have 4 Marauder Horsemen for the Phoenix King, triple Forsaken, none of which are marked. Then we have quadruple Hellstriders, there's all of his marked units. Quadruple Dogs, some of which are poisoned, some of which are not. Archaon the Everchosen with Searing Doom and Spirit Leech. And then we have 1 Chaos Chariot. So mixed heavy infantry and mass mobility build from Phoenix King. You're forgetting Throt? Throt was broken on release, dude. He was so good. The Horror? Yeah, the Horror. Throt was stupid on release. He needed nerfs. The problem is he needed nerfs, and then they nerfed him, and then they nerfed him, and then they nerfed him, and then he was probably fine, and then they nerfed him, and then they nerfed him, and then they nerfed him, and it was like, alright, God, you killed him, stop, Jesus. On the other side, we have Marauder Horsemen of Slaanesh, 4 of them, 4 Hellstriders of Slaanesh, 2 Chaos Furies, we have Azazel in the sky, and then a bunch of Chaos Warriors of Slaanesh, Mirror Guard, Chaos Warriors, and some Devoted Marauders. Right. Hellstriders counter Hellstriders, but a very nice Searing Doom from Archaon. And look, it was undercasted. I love undercasted Searing Doom. Please, God, don't overcast it. It just sucks. It's more Winds of Magic, and it spreads the damage out, which you can do a lot more in a focused area. Anyway, the Searing Doom really made that trade quite favorable for the Phoenix King. Now, Chariots are not having such a good time. They do get locked up in the Hellstriders Slaanesh, and Zazel thinks about landing, but he decides against it and veers off instead. Chaos Warriors getting charged by Hellstriders. They're not going to take too much damage from that, but all these dogs and Skirmish Cav might have something else to say. I don't know if the Phoenix King knows that these are Chaos Warriors, because dogs are also not going to do that much versus them. He might think that they're just Devoted Marauders he can route off rather quickly. Fortunately for Rocket, we do have some Chaos Warriors of Slaanesh going off into the ether. Now they're starting to wrap around, but they're Chaos Warriors. Of Slaanesh or not, they're still very slow units. They're going to take a while to really get in the fight. And Slaanesh is currently keeping the damage value even with the Warriors of Chaos. The Masked Dogs was a bold move from the Phoenix King. Now think about it, because you're fighting Slaanesh. You're fighting a faction that's really good at killing lightly armored mobile units, especially ones with low leadership, and routing them off the map. So I don't know if the Dogs was actually going to prove to be a wise pick here. I'm a little frightened. Azazel is routing off some more things, including the dogs, and the Phoenix King might be looking in trouble. Damage value is still very even, but I just worry Slaanesh is having a good time of it. Skirmish Cav is getting chased off by Hellstriders and Furies, keeping them nice and occupied for now as Azazel and some Marauder Horsemen chase off Chaos Chariots and dogs. Archaon is winning the fights he's involved with, but he can't be everywhere at once, so we'll see how that pans out. Meanwhile, some Marauder Horsemen of Slaanesh do need to get out of combat with these Hellstriders. They're currently getting their asses handed to them, and they do not enjoy that whatsoever. Another Searing Doom is thrown down onto the Mirror Guard, doing pretty good damage for a cheap spell. Good job, Searing Doom. I think Searing Doom is one of those spells that'll probably be considered OP in a couple future patches if other spells around it get nerfed, but for now, it's doing okay. On a 90 speed SEM, yeah. I know you're talking about Oxyotl, Coops. I got you. Dude, I hated Oxyotl. The Sisters of Twilight and Oxyotl were a dark time in the Warhammer 2 meta. I was so pissed off. You couldn't punish anything for very different reasons. Sisters had self-healing, a ton of ammunition, they could fly around on their eagle, they could escape anything, and they had like 1,000,000 armor piercing in melee. And Oxyotl had like all of the Footlord problems where he would just, oh, I see you're attacking me, allow me to get knocked over and fly through the air and fly off to safety and then go invisible for the whole game and shoot you from 5 miles away. Oh, God. Oxy now is fine or underpowered, but Oxy in his prime was super unfun gameplay, in my opinion. You always got to throw in my opinion. Because some people liked Oxy. Alright, damage value is still incredibly even in this last game. Chaos is looking a bit worse for where they have one healthy Forsaken, and other than that, it's just Skirmish Cav and Archaon. But Slaanesh is not a spring chicken either. We have a couple heavy infantry left, including a full health Chaos Warrior of Slaanesh that's about to get Searing Doomed in a moment. And we have a couple Skirmish Cav, some Furies, and a full health Azazel. So it's really coming down to about Azazel versus Archaon. Hey, did I say something about a Searing Doom? Honestly, nice dodge here from Rocket. That's about as well as you can dodge that spell, because it's a really good cast. Too bad Oxy is neutered now. Yeah. I don't want anyone to be bad. Right. Even if I don't like them, I don't want Oxyotl to be a bad character. That's an interesting Rampage target. Fascination cast on this Hellstrider that was almost dead anyway. I don't know how I feel about that. Maybe he just wanted to take them out so they couldn't hurt these Skirmish Cav, but... Acquiescence slowing down these Marauder Horsemen, but I mean these are Chaos Warriors essentially. They're not going to catch them even if they are slowed down. Ooh, drop Micro for a second allows Azazel to land behind him. He's going to instantly terror out them and probably actually naturally route them if he can get one hit off. Slaanesh is still watering around, but that once healthy Chaos Warrior is no more, and another Searing Doom is going to hurt another one. But again, Rocket was really on top of his dodges here. This is a perfect final game. At least not a blowout. Even the Spears, Thor, he can be bad. Tretch should absolutely be bad. Tretch is weird because he kind of turned into the leadership Skaven somehow, even though Queek is supposed to be the leadership Skaven, and Tretch is supposed to be the, like, super survivable hit and run Skaven. But all of Tretch's abilities give leadership, and all of Queek's abilities give fighting prowess. Which, yeah, Queek's also a good fighter, but nah. Queek's main advantage over other Skaven is he's just, like, not He's not scared of things most Skaven are scared of. Because he's insane. Like, he should be scared of those things. He's just not because he's an idiot. I don't want to say an idiot. He's not actually that stupid. He's just literally crazy. Anyway, big wrap-up from Slaanesh on the backside, taking out all of Phoenix King's rather healthy skirmish caps. That is a big win for him. But now we get down to the raid boss. The one, the only, the Archaon. And Marauder Horsemen of Slaanesh do have magic damage, but they don't have armor piercing or anything, so Archaon can relatively tank this out okay. Though his physical resist is a bit wasted. I also admit I just hate dwarves and Thoric in particular. Yeah, Thoric needs a couple patches to just nerf him into the dirt, and he needs to eat a bag of dicks. But I hope the other dwarf lords get balanced so that dwarves aren't just a useless faction. But Thoric is completely insane. He's just extremely poorly designed at the moment. They need to figure out what they want to do with him. Do you want a god tier duelist, or do you want a support lord? Because they have both right now, and it's fucked up. The Queek books are dope? Yeah, they are. The 8 Peaks omnibus is great. Another Searing Doom, another good attempt at a dodge from Rocket, but Searing Doom is such a cheap and quick cast spell that it's really hard to dodge all of it. Slaanesh does take a balance of power lead, and Archaon is taking a bunch of damage from these Marauder Horsemen of Slaanesh. Another Cycle Charge in here from Azazel. Can Archie really get some good damage out now? It doesn't look like he's able to fully punish. And the Skirmish Cav are still surrounding. How much do we have left? 6, 1, and 3 volleys. Archie's taking, honestly, more damage from these volleys than I would have thought. But as the volleys start to run out, he's going to be doing okay. I read the 8 Peaks Omnibus with my son. That's so good. Thoric's the best duelist support lord ever. That gives perfect vigor. Why does he give perfect vigor? That was the weirdest change. Like, I think they allegedly did it to buff up rune lords, but then why also give it to Thoric? Just like make Thoric unique that he doesn't have it, because he doesn't fucking need it. He has so much other shit. Anyway, the 8 Peaks Omnibus was really great. I liked Belagar's story was fine. It was fine. I didn't have any issues with it. I just didn't love it either. And then Queek and Scarsnick stories were actually just bangers. Azazel getting Spirit Leeched, good target for that, and Archaon now just turns to fight him. Does he have his buffs popped? No, in fact, he's just acquiesced, lowering his melee defense to a paltry 36. Though he's still giving the business to poor Azazel right now. He has Fight or Die popped for a little bit of love. Didn't have Slayer of Kings popped during that time, though. And he gets Narcissism netted. I think we're officially down to just Archaon. Yeah, because those Forsaken aren't coming back. It's Archaon versus all of these Marauder Horsemen. 1 volley left over there, 4 on the super wounded unit, and none on this other one. Archie's probably going to use all the rest of his Winds of Magic on Spirit Leeching down Azazel. He doesn't really fear anything else here. Maybe he wants to use 1 more Searing Doom onto the Mirror Guard, but we'll see. We'll see what he ends up doing. Another Acquiescence. And then Archie follows up with a Searing Doom that is going to destroy the Mirror Guard. Probably rout them off? Yeah, it is going to rout them off. So no more Mirror Guard. There we go. No more Mirror Guard. Skirmish Cav is all out of skirmish capability, except for this one. They still have 4 volleys. They just haven't thrown in quite a while. And Archie's still doing his best to fight the good fight. Acquiescence upgraded, though. That really hurts him. Now he's back to 60 melee defense. He's back to 1 million ants. He loves Queek and Grimgor and Wurzag. Yeah. Grimgor is pretty fun. I know his lore isn't particularly exciting. Grimgor finds thing, Grimgor kills thing, but it's a certain simplicity that they lean into, like the joke atmosphere of it. So, you know, at least they have a whole thing they're going for. Slayer of Kings is popped. The Armor of Morcar is also popped. That immediately just tells Azazel to fuck off, and he turns around. How should Queek be changed to fix him for multiplayer purposes? Queek either needs leadership buffs that he gives to his army, so then he's a fine duelist, and he like makes the Skaven leadership better, as he does in the books. Or if you want to make him a good duelist, he needs AoE punishment tools, because he is way too easily locked up in like 1 unit of random infantry, and then he can't pursue his target. And if a duelist can't pursue their target or catch them in any way, they're just worthless. That's why Snitch is good, where Queek isn't. Sorry, important thing right now. Archaon's fighting Azazel, but he is going to take enough damage that army losses will kick in, and Slaanesh will take the victory. And someone in chat said they like Slaanesh here, and I kind of doubted it. I thought Chaos was going to be better, but Rocket will take the victory over the Phoenix King. I feel like his low mass limits him, yeah. So if you want to look at a good Duelist Lord, you have Deathmaster Snitch, where Deathmaster Snitch has a net that nets his opponent, and the net deals damage to any units around the opponent, blowing them back, and he has Whirlwind Blades. He has 2 different tools to clear out hordes of things between him and his target. Now I think Snitch is balanced. I think he's strong, but I don't think he's OP. Snitch is balanced around the fact that he's squishy as a motherfucker, and basic fireballs and spirit leeches can kill him in like 3 casts, right? Queek's problem is if you get anything between you and your opponent, you can't get to your opponent. So either you keep that, or you give him some support abilities. But don't do both. Don't make it so he can always get to his target and he can always find the fight he wants, and then also buffs a bunch of things. It's like, no, one or the other. Don't do both. Rocket did it. Rocket won the Friday Night Fightin'. Cool Umbrella hosted it for us. Thank you very much, Cool Umbrella. You are a cool guy. Ha! Oh, he said the thing. Oh, he's so funny. Anyway, Marauder Horsemen of Slaanesh getting really good value. They did a lot more damage to Archaon than I thought they would. Archaon himself tried to solo carry the game. Forsaken also did quite well. The Chariot, unfortunately, for Phoenix King got rocked. Dogs also did not have a good time. His Hellstriders did fine, and his own horsemen did fine. But the dogs just didn't work against Slaanesh, unfortunately. Slaanesh is too good at rolling over lightly armored mobile units. So GG. Alrighty. I will give out the Vermin League points for this stuff tomorrow. Not now. Not now, because I need to go to bed. All right. I'm leaving now. Have a good night. Have a good night. I know it's anticlimactic finish. I'm never good at signing off. If you're around tomorrow, play in the Vermin League events. That'll be fun. Casting all 3 again. Skaven, Slave, and new player. Clan Rat and Storm Vermin, and then Chieftain and Greyseer. It's the last Vermin League event before the points lock, and then playoffs will begin wherever you are on the ladder. I will invite you to a playoff of other people of your skill ranking, and you'll compete for the glory of being the best of whatever you are. If you're a Skaven Slave, you're fighting to be the best Skaven Slave. If you're a Clan Rat, you're fighting to be the best Clan Rat. Right. Other than that, Sunday it sounds like Dov Plays has a tournament. It sounds like ODM has a tournament, and then Cuden has a 2v2 tournament that I'll be hosting. ODM's doing their own thing, and Dov's doing his own thing. But we're doing 2v2 Sunday with Cuden, so hop in that. That'll be fun. Logic has a Warhammer World Cup qualifier tomorrow for domination mode, if you're into that. Vermin League is land battles, so yeah. All right, cool. See y'all tomorrow.